happen for inside social media since not social media, mainstream media. As EB say, Atiku supporters just they attack P2B supporters anyhow. So now buzz. Oh, you they run for primaries. Oh, now this one. Oh, that one. But that's not all. People come they talk, say, excuse me, what's in they cause trouble? On another the same political party again. Is there a deliberate media attack on the personality of Peter Obi? And meanwhile, remember saying him, Peter Obi, and even the Atiku Abubakar himself, none of them don't open matter for this matter. Now, mostly the Atiku supporters, now then now they know they give this social media presence and they talk well about this matter. The team, they pay well, but that's not even all. As they talk to you, terrorists then attack a burial of 7 family members where they bury. 7 family members where die for inside Plateau State. That is even person where die not feel rest in peace again for inside Nigeria. That now which some people they talk. That will not be even all said. As it get to do with South Africa matter, our Senate don't take matter very serious because right now they mean I'm aura for aura. Say they go give South Africa woto. They no go agree at all. People say, wait, excuse me, House, Senate, excuse these senators. Now they break for now. Well, all of these issues and more now will begin breakdown today for Inside the Show. Welcome to Updated Pressures. Sincere apologies for starting a bit too late. Is the Nigerian factor. I hope the lights won't turn off on me while I'm still on. Okay, so make I quickly take a quick break. When I come back, I will begin giving all of the matter where they happen for Nigeria one at a time. And I know the use done now. We will complete the matter one at a time. Stay with us when we come back. All right, good evening to you. Welcome to Updated Precious. Another beautiful day to bring on an update of all the things that they share for inside our country, Nigeria. My name is Precious Amy, and it always suits my belly to bring on an update of all the things that happen for inside our country. But as it is to our tradition as CDB, make I quickly bring on the headlines of all the matter they share for inside our country, Nigeria, one at a time. As the matter in the hot, make I go bring on the headline them one by one. So make we begin with some of the story them with the hot well. We regret giving Wike our platform. Makinde and PDP, they don't talk. Say, Kai, God, I beg, we're not supposed to give this man platform more. Really? Okay, 2027, APC don't waive screening requirements for president. So we don't need to screen you. You're doing too good. You're too much. You're more than qualified. We don't need to screen you. Senate confirms Tegbe, Eni Kanolaye as ministers. And then we'll move to other issues very quickly. Make us see what we get here. 2027, SDP screens Adelabu, other presidential aspirants. So Adelabu, they still contest. All right. Supreme Court verdict ended party crisis. Enugu PDP backs Toraki's return. And then David Mark meets, meanwhile, Wike they try to say, make I see the office where Toraki go use cell phone. Any office where I will seal that office for Abuja. You know, go come out. Any bank where they bring, we go block that bank. Wow. But you go feel cell phone. Wow. Well, David Mark meets ADC ex-lawmakers after defections in National Assembly. As in defect, he meets them. SDP moves convention to Bauchi constitutes committees for primaries. And then he moves where food is ready. Wike mocks Obi over defection. Peter Obi is afraid Kenneth Okonkwo on why ex-governor dumped APC. And then let's see what we have here. Poor network services. Why NCC made MTN others to compensate subscribers? That's the matter. Dangote refinery reverses fuel price hike. Welfare price don't go up well. Let's see what we have there again. Lagos announces plan to charge motorists for roadside parking. You park for roadside, you pay. Court orders placed to probe defamation case against Zamfara government's aid. And Enugu targets 660 megawatts coal-fired power plants. Set July groundbreaking date. That would be awesome, but I think the thing for each like that can 1,000 megawatts. Well, on a still try. Kano, Emirship, Supreme Court Governor Yusuf have final say, not me. Say both the Supreme Court and Governor Yusuf now get final say, not be him. Akpabio Senate different from those in 1999. Others, Senator Wemboy defends new standing rules because if we get new standing rule changes, will cause a lot of buzz boost today for inside the house. And then troops kill 4 terrorists. That's what we hear. Troops rescue kidnapped victim. And the Nigerian Navy hands over 125 bags of seized foreign parboiled rice to customs. I priced my casket, actor Dele Ojule reveals. So this is really sad story. But let's go on to other issues very quickly. Xenophobia, African nations threaten retaliatory action against South Africa. 2027, citing crisis, 19 National Assembly members defect. 19 now, 19. I don't reach NDC. Whoa, 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 whoa. The reinvigorated Nigeria Democratic Congress, NDC, yesterday ripped no fewer than 20 defectors and became the fourth force in the National Assembly. Wow, wow, wow. Now, ADC slashes nomination fees, release revised 2027. People say, wait, this one I do now slashing. You know, slash now from 100,000 naira for presidential tickets, 100 million naira for presidential tickets to 90 million. On a come 10 million. Okay. All right. Cybercrime surge hits Nigeria's digital economy as losses hit 12 billion annually. Wow. Okay. Gunmen kill family of 5. One other in fresh Plateau attack. Fresh attack, family of 5. Don't go. Be that. FG rules out fuel subsidy return, rejects price controls. So they say they no go do price control, they no go return subsidy. Nigerians make on enjoy everything go do okay. Okay. All right. FG approves $500 million annual research funds to drive innovation. Okay. CNN found that Ted Turner dies at 87. Atiku claimed ownership of ADC coalition, rejected call to step down. That now waiting people to talk. WHO raises concern over health worker shortages, unemployment in Africa. 2027, APC waives screening for Tinubu. I told you that already. But let's go to other issues very, very quickly. Now, still talking about 2027, Anambra ADC chairman resigns, cites P2B's exit from party. ADC chairman said Anambra State, come on. Whoa, hey, what's going on here? Atiku rallies on money to buy. So people don't remind it to Konkwo when they talk, say Atiku the rally on money to buy everybody. All of a sudden now, Atiku need the rally on money again. Make I remind you that he said, flashback, Atiku rallies on money to buy everyone. Kenneth Okonkwo's brutal assessment of Atiku Abubakar resurfaces ahead of 2027 election. So right now, come like in the talk from two sides. Atiku rallies on money. People be no get liver. Wow. People across Nigeria are relying more on generators. It's not good development. Senator Ojo Zakalo laments as poor power crisis deepens. That is the power I'm suffering like this. So I suffer that power where it is very unfortunate that we have to go through this in our motherland, Nigeria. And then moving on very quickly, this coming 2027 election, you don't need any celebrity to tell you who to vote for. Nigerian man, they talk say, if they tell citizens say economic hardship and hunger go guide your decisions. If you like, do anyhow. The one I go see now, the suffer go wear gyms. Okay. I mean, what they don't they mock Buhari former media aid will say, twerking for Tinubu, yet they no fit, they deny you House of Reps ticket. Which one be your own now? Oga Bashir Ahmed. I'm joining P2B's movement. Aisha Yusuf dumps ADC to NDC, declares bid for FCT senatorial seats. That is to represent Ireti Kingibe. Remember, Oga Felix Abioti Midem Adudua, Naim Dedia, and that wicked right hand man. Over Wike's dead body will any other person win Abuja, if not being Padi Adu. Okay. Sincere apologies. I think I lost you guys very briefly. I think I lost you very briefly. Please, sincere apologies. Network providers just cut off on me. So I don't know where I want to hear me last. But then I'm joining P2B movement. Aisha Yusuf dumps ADC for NDC, declares bid for FCT senatorial seat. So that means she don't declare, say she go replace Ireti Kingibe. Now people can say, Ireti Kingibe waiting. When Oga Adudwa wicked friends they there. Over Wike's dead body will he be alive and somebody else will win FCT again, if not being own person. Remember what happened? Remember what happened for FCT election? That's the way people they talk. Meanwhile, Pantami don't they cry, they wail for inside video, say he no go ever agree for consensus candidateship for inside the governorship election. No, say they must do primaries. He no one consensus. All right. Tinubu's government frees Islamist terrorists who slaughter innocent citizens. Yet, remember Zidane, the Southern Kaduna guy who defend the people when they sentenced to death, in still there for death row till today. Remember him? I'm waiting people to talk. Now, ADC crisis deepens as Senate Minority Whip Tony Nwoye joins NDC. I'll end every form of criminality as president. P2B slams fuel subsidy as organized crime. Pledges to restore integrity in governance. Governor Oti approves feasibility study for proposed Abia seaport. Directs swift completion of project. Abia won't get seaport. Yay! Jabi Lake demolition and takeover stands, even if God comes down from heaven. Remember, there was a woman, a preacher, when kneel down, beg Wike, say, no matter what you demolish, I beg, not demolish Jabi more. Leave them for us, make we manage. Wike don't talk, say, you know, if you blackmail me emotionally, you know that you can't blackmail me. Even if heaven they fall down, Jabi Lake, we must destroy him. We must, in fact, it already they do overdue itself. So no even talk that one way you talk again. People say, wow, wow, wow. Okay. I just make a reminder of that. Moving on, City Boys movement. I joined today. Want to kill me. Man cries out after campaign trip leaves him stranded. And then terrorists reportedly attack mourners during mass burial of massacred Christians in Plateau State. ADC slashes nomination form I told you already. RCCG lacks integrity to be called genuine Church of God. That's why they appoint just anyone as Pastor Adeboye. Oh, Adeboye. Yeah, okay. All right. We could leave that matter, move forward. Tinubu's government intensifies lobbying to remove Nigeria from U.S. country of particular concern list, despite renewed genocide insecurity. That is the lobby still there on made come on Nigeria. Police officers shoot another young man in Delta State days after Mene Ogidi was brutally executed. You see, this thing, it's really very crazy. I don't even understand as we used to do things from inside this country again. I don't even understand. Why? Why? I don't understand. A young man was again brutally shot in Delta State. Over waiting exactly. And this one don't raise a lot of wahala. People don't they complain, they talk. But people talking, go feel make any difference, go feel change anything. That now waiting people they talk about. It is very sad. Say people no feel go about their activities again the way they're supposed to go about them for inside Nigeria. This is a very sad incident. But let's just visit other stories very, very quickly. So moving on to other stories. Detained Nigerian soldiers dies in army custody after alleged medical neglect. Another nearly blind. That's an exclusive from Sahara Reporters. Still another exclusive. Nigeria police arraign whistleblower to protect FCTA official Anita Odom under ICPC probe for certificate forgery. Nigeria's generator cabal will come after you. Senator Abaribe wants new power minister. They say the generator cabal will come after you. They careful, oh, I got careful. The generator cabal will come after you. Whatever you do, just be careful. Okay, now. Okay. All right, let's see. Is he talking to anybody precisely? Secret move to free Ikorodu murder suspect exposed as Lagos government faces accusations of quiet release plots. 2 Nigerians, Ugandan arrested in Kampala over alleged drug ring, forged president's office documents. Wow. Hey. Okay, well, Nigeria police arrest two over 713.9 million naira fraud that is linked to banking platforms breach. Hunt Chinese suspect. Okay, let's see what we have here left. Governor Otis seeks Tinubu's government approval for Abia Seaports Inland Waterway Project. Oga Tinubu, I beg, no reject this bid. It is very important to the people of Abia. And the Bauchi Islamic Morality Police, Hizbah, a burst secret group where members exchange wives. Arrest 7. Idiye? Members exchange wives. I don't understand. This is Nigeria. Hey. That is okay. Gombe Court jails magistrate over 1 million naira bribe. Orders 500,000 naira compensation to EFCC. Witness tells court 550 million naira Abuja papers in property in ex-governor Yaya Bello's trial was paid in dollar cash. He carried dollar, paid the money cash. Nigerian military probes 1,450 terrorist cases at Giwa Barracks, sent 500 suspects to prosecution. And let's see what we have here. IPI Nigeria announces global campaign against governors Bogo and ex-IGP Egbetoko over press freedom violations. Concern anybody when they do any violation of press freedom. But let's see. Lawyer Agbakoba accuses Tinubu's government of losing 20 trillion naira annually to massive revenue thefts. Money we will not get. Now they theft like that. They thefting it. Group asks Southwest governors to account for 429.85 billion naira federal allocations. Questions use of funds. Transmission Company of Nigeria blast AEDC over misleading public notice linking Kogi blackouts to transmission falls. Let's see what we have here again. Nigeria surgeon was killed by mechanic in South Africa. Akpabio raises alarm over xenophobic attacks. Well, and now done for us well. But let's see. That story about that young man who was killed in Delta State is very annoying and very alarming. Make I show you some of the part of that incident.
Police just start again for Asaba now. Now that one just happen now again now. Police just stop us. Police just shoot person now for life now. See now police just shoot person now. Now police just shoot now. Police just shoot now for Asaba. Now what's they happen now? I swear it now. No bitch, without seeing nothing happen. Just person carry machine. When I just stop and wait till you see now police just fire them. See now we just happen for Asaba now. Asaba now they happen. Now wait till they happen now. We don't go grip. Totally we don't go check gas. They be. SIM card there for no be small thing. No be small thing. Go clear.
This is very sad. The same as Asaba Delta State. Just days after Mene Ogidi death, barely a week or so after they killed that young man, Mene Ogidi. And it's really very unfortunate. Say things that happen like this for inside Nigeria, our dear country. By the way, our president's still there for France, where he say, they make a lot of promises and they talk a lot of things. We know, say some filling stations earlier today adjust their pump price, increasing their fuel price further. And this one can cause a bit more hardship to Nigerians. So both President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and new minister for finance, where say they or with them, they get a lot to talk about. But here, what President Tinubu talk about first of all.
I inherited an economy on the teeters, ready to go south. It was very serious turnaround, recalibration. The subsidy that was involved into the entire country was removed, and ever since, today we've achieved the exchange rate stability, like floating the currency, you are able to have a better return on the bonds, and consistency is the name of the game, and shows some serious transparency, and just to captain the team.
All right, so I have to stop you there. But if you made any sense from what the president said, please kindly let me know and help us explain what they be saying talk. Of course, you hear what they talk, but here now, what the Minister for Finance get to talk and coordinating Minister for the Economy.
Being in attendance, and we're able to give an overview about the progress we are making, about the next areas of focus to deepen the reform and translate the reforms into results, as well as the outlook for what we plan to do going forward. We're also able to answer their questions, and we also were able to get insights about the excitement that they continue to have about the running of the economy, the reforms, and the fact that we're able to give them the commitment, including Mr. President himself, about what we will not do. For example, we will not bring back subsidy because it creates distortion for the economy, and we will not introduce price control because we believe in markets, while at the same time ensuring that regulation is responsible so that there's no supplier, trader, manufacturer taking advantage of the Nigerian people. We see also the issues going on in Iran. While that is unfortunate, we think it presents new opportunities for us as the world looks to diversify sources of energy and investing in new markets, as well as ensuring that Nigeria is able to get the optimal outcome from the price regime to be able to mobilize more revenue and spend that productively to address supply side, and also ensure that we manage inflation as
All
much
right.
as
So
possible.
bottom line,
So
the
overall,
presidency they talk say they no go
excitement,
fit
better
bring back subsidy, and they no go also control prices or bring price control to use help Nigerians to cope with these very difficult times and the the result of waiting they go on for inside our country as it get to do with, or the high cost of living as it get to do with the fight between Israel and Israel, US, and Iran. After all, they put hardship for inside our midst. All right. So meanwhile, as all these things they happen, remember, say the president and all these people will talk about no different inside Nigeria. They travel. They know but the president been going back on a trip when saying go for 3 countries: France, Rwanda, and Kenya. So what the country here say our presidency and our government don't still intensify efforts, make it be say then comot Nigeria for inside the country of particular concerns. We be say America don't slam on top of our head. This na classification will link Nigeria for severe violations of religious freedom. That's to say, then they put hand for waiting get to do it to stop people from practicing their religion the way they want them. Now, this move comes as concerns over insecurity and alleged, allegedly targeted killings in parts of the country even continue and even don't intensify itself, especially as international communities still they draw attention to them. Meaning, say the thing never say stop, but would the press make them come out and name for country of particular concern? So if you remember, the US president didn't put her name there. So for inside the post, for her ex handle, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Bianca Odumegwu revealed, say the removal of Nigeria from the CPC list formed part of the discussion between the Nigerian authorities and US Charge d'Affaires, David Heffen, when the latter paid her a courtesy visit for inside Abuja. So the US Charge d'Affaires paid her a visit and are waiting to talk about. Meanwhile, talking about attacks, 7 members of one particular community for inside Plateau State been they killed, terrorists been killed them, and the family can say, okay, maybe Kukuma bury all of them together. Guess what? Terrorists can't attack them for inside the burial again. Watch the video.
Gunfire, gunfire, gunfire. Heads down. Heads down, heads down. Heads down, heads down.
All right, so I'm not going to play you the full video, but so that we're not going to see the buzzwords way there. So people they talk say even in a country where BC people will BC die through this kind of incidents, no even fit rest in peace. What are we really talking about? People died because of violence and killings, and yet they no fit still rest in peace. But meanwhile, we'll see the pressure. But what are we really doing to ensure that these killings, even if they not stop totally, at least reduce to its barest minimum? In a way, we say we know go to hear these things every day, because every day we hear killings every day. So can it just be at least reduced reasonably? The way we know go to hear these killings every time. Meanwhile, I'm going to enter inside the terrain of elections. As if we say, well, Dino Melaye, Dele Momodu, Oga, the one we talk yesterday, Fabi, Kenneth Okonkwo, most of Atiku media men, as people call them, people say them be Atiku men, then just they slam it to be anyhow on top of television. Say, in fact, waiting be Kenneth Okonkwo, he talk a lot of things. He said Peter Obi no get any supporters, say he don't kill in particular in political career. Say in political career don't only lay, don't fall for grand. Any small one when been get before, small standard when get before. Say that one he don't rubbish him for joining a SDP and NDC. Say what's he make and join because of saying he no even get integrity to say make him fight for primaries. Now questioning whether ticket should go to South or not on it. They say why no feel face primaries? No matter whether ticket go South, no matter whether Atiku the contest every time, whether not North South or South turn in the contest. It no matter why people be no fee face primaries. What's him make her no fee face primaries? Say person when no fee defending vote self or more. If you see talking, well. Here are some of the things. I know if you play you some of those videos, but here are some of the things, and maybe say some other people them don't talk. Now, if you remember Oga Afam Ogene, or be Ogene, we be say the House of Rep member, we be former Labour Party caucus, head of Labour Party caucus for inside National Assembly. Yeah, I'm waiting to be saying get to talk concerning
I don't want this to be a we versus them scenario. Else I would have simply asked you, why didn't Alhaji Atiku Abubakar stay back in the PDP and manage the crisis that erupted as a result of his candidacy only 4 years ago? Why didn't he stay back in the several political parties that he came out to run on as their presidential candidate and thereafter left? I thought that people should be applauding Mr. P2B. Would you rather stew in crisis or rather desire a conducive atmosphere? What Mr. P2B seeks is a country that works for everybody. It's not a political party that is bogged down by several shenanigans, by competing interests in-house, and by government seeking to make sure that it doesn't even appear on the ballot. And short of going to the streets to demonstrate, he decided to avail himself of democratic options available by seeking other platforms. If you talk about Labour Party, who is talking about Barrister Julius Abure today? Mr. P2B, went through the judicial process, and the Supreme Court on April 4th, 2025, did make a landmark pronouncement that the tenure of Julius Abure, which is at the center of the crisis in the Labour Party, was over. And I was part of the team, along with Mr. P2B, Governor Alex Oti, senators and House members, that went to INEC with the certified true copy of this judgment. And INEC said they were going to study it. But they kept studying the same judgment until Mr. P2B left Labour Party on the 30th of December 2025 and declared interest for ADC. 4 days later, the Independent National Electoral Commission, if they are indeed independent, now issued a statement saying that without any compulsion, the Abure's tenure was over. So what would you have wanted Mr. P2B to do? I think that is a vindication of Mr. P2B's stance in the Labour Party. If the highest court in the land had made a pronouncement, instead of trolling state agencies like INEC that ought to give vent to that judgment, and they refused to, why would he turn around to accuse the person that they're all trying to push out of that same platform? If you talk about the current one, the ADC, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar registered for ADC sometime last year. Mr. P2B only gave an indication that he was moving there on the 30th of December. All of January, nothing happened. All of February, nothing happened. On March 7, 2026, he went to his village, I was there, to register as a member of the party. Remember I said Alhaji Atiku Abubakar had long registered. As soon as Mr. P2B registered, less than 1 week after, the case filed by Nafi Ubala since September 2025 was suddenly given accelerated hearing, such that we have a situation where we came to status quo ante bellum.
Right.
So you should know that this whole shenanigans is about Mr. P2B and nobody else.
All right, so you don't hear him. Waiting if he say Afam gonna get to talk, and the reaction when he say he gave some of them, but he's not the only one that spoke. Some others also, representative of the NDC also speak. Take a listen to
that perspective, right? But in situations where the deliverer, the savior, the last hope of the common man, the judiciary, is being used against the party itself, right? You are going up against the whole of the federal government, which can be very powerful when it comes to fighting for their own selfish interests. Unfortunately, not so powerful when it comes to solving the problem of insecurity. But you're going up against the might of the federal government, right? Which is being wielded by people who are willing to bend the law. Sometimes, as a leader, you have to take a decision that is strategically advantageous. And let us ask ourselves again, do the Nigerian people care? Do they care? We didn't know what LP was until he joined LP, but we went out and voted in mass for LP. Why? Not because of LP, but because of Obi. Obi embodies something different in politics, right? A leader who, will not compromise his values, will not play the game on the terms that has been laid out. Before this, now, we know that every political party has a system whereby, you bribe delegates, you do all of these things, So you have candidates who are striving to be president, who are spending 50 billion, 100 billion naira to acquire that power, right? Please tell me, if they spend 50 billion, would they still work for the people? Or would they work to secure their own interests? So you have a politician that says, I will not play the game the way it's been laid out. I would not become a party to this kind of thing. And when I recognize that the institutions of state are being used against my party to try and destroy it, I will move over to a different party, to a safe platform on which to compete. And the platform is open to anybody who wants to join. There are many members who have moved over to the NDC right now. And that's fine. Many more are welcome to join in time for the election, right? So the opposition has the opportunity to still be united and stand behind the most bankable candidate. Please, let me remind you that the last time we had a political leader who appealed so much to the masses was MK Abiola. In recent history, we've never had somebody who invokes such goodwill of the Nigerian people that they are willing to work tirelessly. This is not a man who is, bribing individuals and doing all of this kind of scheming that we now call wisdom, right? He's somebody who is genuine in his service to the Nigerian people. You can't throw that away. And let's keep in mind, why are the political elite so afraid of this man? Even just out of sheer curiosity, people should vote for him because they are terrified of this man. And the only reason why they'll be terrified of him is because they recognize he is the only one that will not play the same game they've been playing.
But you hear what's in the talk, said and recognize him be the only one when they go play the game where they play. Please, which game will visit politicians they play where they say they no go play? That's my question where a lot of people they ask. Do you believe that P2P is the only one who's, but people say be part of the status quo? People like Shawore will tell you he's part of the status quo. All of them are friends. After all, they date together. And all that's the talk say P2P no they like we be say go condemn. If I don't even talk today, saying go make sure say in fight corruption and anyhowness of governments to the teeth. Now, do you think that that is enough to scare the people where they enjoy from the present way Nigeria did? You know, so I asked this question yesterday. It is a day enough to scare them away from them and to make sure, say, they make win election. Remember, say, even though say we're not saying a votes of people they win election, but alignment, joining together, all of those things follow for waiting to make people they win election. So do you think that P2P has quite a lot to contend? That is, in get a lot of people will be say in go fight well, because people don't they talk their own, no? Everybody they talk their own, people they do their own. But do you think that that's the major issue? And for Atiku Abubakar, really, you think say in still be part of that status quo too, because that's another thing we BC people they talk about too. So do you think he's part of that status quo? He may not make any huge difference, any big difference if he be say in enter inside power. You think so? I really would like to take your thoughts and reactions on what you think about this whole drama where they go on, because it can't be like say both APC people, ADC people, now one man they fight now. The bad governance, where be all of them talk, say they won't fight before, not be the problem all of a sudden anymore. P2B is now much more of a bad problem than the government they say they want to fight, or the good thing when they say they won't do for people. That's not the way people they see the matter. So, and that is why people for inside APC now get mind to tell you, say, nothing go make you no go fit vote for Tinubu, because Tinubu not the best thing. In fact, say they go fit vote ADC across board, APC across board, because the kind of good way APC don't do you didn't whine. APC good, full everywhere. Now, what's in the say it is show, then they walk, it is show. And people say, really, even with the way it say it is obvious, so then they use handle things we get to do with people, human rights, it okay like that. Like I show you Egypt, for example, waiting why boy your brother talks.
In the Southeast in 2027, given how it performed poorly the last time in 2023. And these are your reasons for saying he will win, right?
Well, you should listen, carefully, and with keen interest on the enumeration I made a few minutes ago. You will agree with me that it goes without saying that President Tinubu and other APC candidates will win in Southeast come 2027 general election. The reasons are bound. I've said it here. Igbo people are seeing it. We've taken our position. Even if our son comes to contest, it is very clear that the political permutation, as at present, does not favor an Igbo man to be president of Nigeria. We must tell ourselves the truth, and we can't be deceived all the time. We know the best time to strike to get the #1 seat, and all Nigerians will support us.
So in your view right now, the likes of maybe, say, Peter Obi is not doing his timing properly by trying to unseat President Tinubu by the analogy you gave. Is that what you're saying?
He's coming at the wrong time.
So let's talk about your legislative duty before I let you go. Right now, the pump price of petrol is about 1.3, almost 1.4. I just read at the beginning where the federal government has said anything that has to do with consumption subsidy, forget about it. What we are looking at actually as a country is to see how the windfall can...
Okay. All right, so I just thought you should hear what Wemboy said and all that. So please, I'll be opening phone line shortly for you to react on these conversations. But let's go straight to some of the things in which we say they happen for inside the country. Remember the case of Justice Crack and how he said they use arrest. And now here is Sam Amadi talking about that case and waiting actually play out during the
normal
arrest.
routine, went to eat. After eating, they jammed his phone. The DSS accosted him and said, "Want to talk?" He said, "Okay, let's talk. I'm a citizen. I'm nothing to hide." And suddenly they all emerged with guns cocked and menacing, hooded him, covered him in the hood and dumped him and took him. And for days, handcuffed, brought in the sun, hooded completely, with eyes, nose, everywhere blocked. And in the night, they would take him to a cold room until you guys, patriotic Nigerians, bloggers and communicators, raised this issue, and the military had to take him to the DSS. I've spoken to DSS officials, very wonderful guys, professional. Because of the state he was, the way he has been badly treated, brutalized, and sick, the first thing the DSS did was to take him to a clinic for checkup. And up to yesterday evening when I was there, the DSS have been checking on him, monitoring his BP, and providing him very good treatment. So, first, factual, this was an abduction, a Gestapo-like abduction. This is not a case of a citizen who was asked to explain whatever he communicated. That's number one. Number two, he was kept for days, covered, hooded, chained behind, and kept in the dead sun, purposely to torture, humiliate. And today, he has, all the time I was with him, you can see that cough coming from cold up to now. And the last time I spoke with the director of operations, and they promised to, look at that medically and provide me the support in it. So they have been fantastic. The DSS have been very good in managing his case. Now, the charge was yesterday, and the charge said nothing. There's nothing about this around terrorism or around, disrupting or inciting the military. It's simply cyber stalking. Now, cyber stalking relates to offenses of persons who continuously harass.
This is sad. This is very sad. Well, in a situation like this and governments with all these things, I hate to say it, but let me say it again. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC stand a higher chance to win the election, free and fair. Because now them they government and now them get everything we take to show people example of how they go fit change Nigeria. But you cannot be in government. You cannot have, now you hold yam, now you hold knife. Now you get everything where you take to show people the example of leadership. But rather you're blaming past thing where you blame past people for the reason why making no forget give good leadership. First of all, you blame Buhari. You blame the fact that we don't do fake enjoyment since. And now they blame Israel and Iran. How about now? They have all it takes. Nigeria is too stupendiously rich for us to be in this situation. All of the money then with the corner, not be the other day when they talk say we need to look at tax leakages, revenue leakages. We need to look at it. That be me talk now experts them talk So you cannot tell us, no, you know, go fit tell us say you mean well for the country. Why would they see opposite of waiting that thing resemble? That's not waiting people they worried about. And the president still get time. This is not just a scoop. Nigerians are very easy to buy. Nigerians know hard. Small thing where you go do, you don't buy Nigerians' mind. Ain't trying now. You know, see, we can build flyover for River State. Even though say the flyover, one flyover price, now the price of 3 or 4 flyovers, it no matter. Just like they say in the work now for inside Abuja, without consideration of the price of those projects and the money then way fits they go down through those projects. It don't concern anybody. Now say it they work. You see, Nigerians are very, very easy to please. Please, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, let's forget about the fact that you're a jagaban in politics. You're good. You have everything it takes to win this election free and fair, without stifling opposition, without killing opposition, without rigging, without anything, without taking over judiciary or anything, as people they accuse you say you won't do. You can't do it. Nigerians, they're too easy to govern. It just takes for you to just stay determined to do the right thing. There are lots of things where basically they happen under your watch. Just like waiting army just do this crack boy now under your watch, just this crack. It just takes you to call your spokesperson to just make small statements. Oh, we condemn, it's been, news don't reach the presidency on the treatment of so and so person. No, he actually called for so and so. So people like this should be commended for calling attention to the rots in the system. Small talk, we go talk like this. People don't say, hey, president, too good, though. Now you be this, make we give you. Small thing. You should have actually taken advantage of this boy's whistleblowing to actually better your government, to even buy the mind of the people. But what do we see? Police keep person the other day for Sabah. Keep person now. We just see intimidation. Anybody we talk, they arrest them. Anybody. We just see all sorts of intimidation, all sorts of high-handedness, everything. See waiting wicked they talk. Woman kneel down the beg, say Jabi Lake Mall. Say now where I've been at Jabi Lake. Say na place we be say na park, recreational center where people they go. We need to even value mental health for inside this country. People will be say won't commit suicide, wait things they had, and there they go to refresh their minds, to do this, to do that. What did Wike say? She need that beg go. Instead of you to even talk, say, oh, madam, I don't hear your cry, but you know waiting. Make could think. Even though say you want to do waiting, you could do. If you just look and say, as you don't beg us like a mother, and make could think, make I consult with President Tinubu, anything when talk now go do, or make I consult with my team, and we'll go look into them. If you know they're possible, we'll go still let the public know the result. But you know that you do what you have to do. But what did you do? You said, I know they key into emotional blackmail. Even if heaven go fall, I go come out. You see, the way we say people wait under President Tinubu government, they use they talk and they do things. Now make people they talk, say, how exactly will you win free and fair election in situations like this, where you don't show people say they no matter, they not be anybody. People not feel they talk where they talk. Who are you? They no matter. So when you don't show people this kind of how you won't use win election, it's actually very, very easy for the president to win indeed a free and fair election if he is willing to do the right thing. And Nigerians not difficult to please. They're not difficult to please at all. Instead of us to they do all these things and when we say what they do. Things like this, small things and like I don't even want to talk about other ones. CMC Oluomo case. When we say court don't come out and sins. Bring same Marwa be waiting be name, now you win. And then Solomon open my talks and only you, President, go fit and make it step down. In disobedience to court order. In the disobey court order. He say you know go fit, say nobody go fit and make it step down. Carry army to use pursue the person we call don't originally say now you be the person who be the chairman. Then pursue the person with army. Arrest himself, come out and there. That is Oga President we tell us say there will be rule of law. You carry, then a guy, person, a civilian, when no win, where court don't clear judgment against, they open my talks and only you go fit tell and make it step down from disobeying the courts. And you have not said anything about it. You see, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have every opportunity to win the hearts of the people for the sake of posterity. Honestly speaking, it can be very annoying, some things, and what would you hear for inside the news? And then, well, what do I know? Make I show you some things where we can talk today, not vex.
You see, again, I'm going to say this. Coalition, coercing people. I hear P2B and Papa so have left ADC, which is the ruling party, that made them now to leave ADC. When ADC will soon collapse, you blame the ruling party. I'm sure they sponsored Obi and Papa Sona to leave. I have told you, the only opposition party, no matter how you define it, is the PDP. Really? I'm coming. I am coming, please. It's not about your own interest. Define what is called opposition. What is opposition? Your own definition of opposition is that government does nothing right. That's your own definition of opposition. If a party does not come every day and criticize the ruling party, it's not opposition. Even when you can see with your two eyes, a government has done well in this aspect, he has not done well because it's ruling party. You don't become opposition for
all right, so we cannot go get a media briefing or media outing without accusing opposition, especially Atiku Abubakar, with this whole thing we happen for inside. Of course, in talking on about Peter, we still talk about Atiku Abubakar on too. They talk say now Atiku Abubakar, opposition don't scatter. Who they scatter them? APC no put hand inside though, waiting they cause the problem. Your guess is as good as mine. But very quickly, make we enter inside the Senate where ABC. Some goes happened today between Oshimole and the Senate President Godswill Akpabio because of say they change some standing rules them for inside the house. What if it deny people like Oshimole from winning, becoming principal office holders for inside the National Assembly? But before I get there, make I go straight to the House of Rep, where we say it's still the rain defection galore to NDC. Here and I waiting Benjamin cannot talk when they particularly they want defect to NDC.
This is coming from Professor Bay, Lilian Orobu. Is she in the house? She's not in the house. Has anybody seen Professor Obi? Okay. When she's in the house, we will announce when she's in the house. This resignation is hereby stepped down by the order of the House. She is moving from ADC to NDC. Our record is hereby updated.
Okay, so you don't hear that. So far, about 19 people don't decamp to ADC, don't become one of the biggest opposition parties. Political party for inside the National Assembly so far. So make I just take you through some of those buzzwords what happened between Oshimole today and the Senate President. But first of all, make you hear as complaint get to do with things that really happen. Take a listen.
So when this law means that you are the presiding officer, you respect the rules. If you break the rules, then there's time. And you can't deny me under the rules of the Senate when I write up with your permission to render the order I have.
Mr. President, point of order.
Order what? What are you doing?
Mr. President, I am importing.
Senator Mangono? Senator Mangono?
I am invoking.
Senator Mangono, approach the chair. Approach the chair. Approach the chair. Senator Mangono, approach the chair. And I've said it, people have been in these chambers for 3 years now. We should begin to do the rules of the Senate. I don't want to be accused of executive arrogance. That's why I keep tolerating these things. Please, there's no new senator any longer. There's no new senator any longer. Let us try our best to abide by the rules here. I've said if you are a policeman, you will wear police uniform unless you are in investigation. If you are a soldier, you must wear the army uniform. If you are a senator, you must go by the rules. Am I right? So point of order, you are ruled out of order. Page what?
Mr. President, distinguished Senator Adams Oshimole, please be guided. Be guided. Distinguished Senator Adams Oshimole, I am now invoking powers conferred to the office of the Chief Whip to order you to resume your seat and be guided by the ruling of the presiding officer. I am saying so in my capacity as the Chief Whip of the Senate. Be guided. Be guided. Be guided. I don't want to. Be guided. I don't want to invoke the powers of the office of the Chief Whip. Be guided. But I have
that conversation, so you understand what they happened there. So Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Senator representing the Edo North Senatorial District, Adams Oshimole, then clashed today Wednesday. Is it today? Okay, we don't enter new day. And Wednesday, 6th of May 2026. Barely 24 hours after the Senate amended its standing rules to restrict eligibility of presiding officers. Now, the trouble starts when Akpabio began reading, I think, votes and proceedings of Tuesday sitting. So Oshimole, the disagreement disrupted the plenary for about 10 minutes. Oshimole raised the point of order, but the Senate president reminded him that such interventions are not allowed at the stage under the Senate Standing Orders 2023 as amended. And when Oshimole, persisted, Akpabio called on former Chief Whip, Senator Orji Carlo, to clarify the rule. Carlo reportedly confirmed that no point of order is permitted during the consideration of votes and proceedings. Now, despite the explanation, Oshimole continued to press his objection, prompting the Senate Whip, I think Senator Tahiri Mongonu, to caution him against further disruption, warning that disciplinary measures could be invoked. So Akpabio then proceeded with the session, directing attention of, I think, to page 194 and 195 of the vote and proceedings, while urging lawmakers to be familiar with the rules. All right. So a lot of other issues turn out, and a lot of people they talk say it gets to do with this law where they amend. Where if it denies some people will be not so old members.
We guide it. We guide it. We guide it.
We guided to talk about what they happen for inside South Africa. A lot of other senators don't they complain about them, and the Senate president himself too don't talk. Say lie. Say they kill a Nigerian doctor for inside South Africa. Then do other things to Nigerians. No, say Nigeria no will continue to keep quiet, meaning they kill their people anyhow like that. Other senators to talk, but here we send Akpabio talk first.
For over 1 hour 30 minutes on this issue. Like I said, if you watch those videos, you will not be able to sleep. So I was planning to meet with them and then come back to report to the Senate. I've taken personal action already, like you said, but I think this collaborative effort, this joint decision between the House of Representatives and the Senate to South African Parliament is very important. I would like to see South African Parliament debating this. I would like to see them debating this and questioning themselves. And then also either they applaud for their citizens or they condemn their citizens. That people will come to do legitimate business, even tourists to South Africa are being killed mistakenly as if they are going to work. You can imagine somebody, a surgeon from Nigeria, being lynched on the road by a mechanic in South Africa. And then his reason is that the surgeon is coming to take his work. And meanwhile, he's a mechanic. And the surgeon from Nigeria dies because he visited South Africa. So the issue goes beyond rhetorics. It goes beyond rhetorics. So I think it's something that we must, let's look at the prayers. If they are not enough, then we strengthen the prayers and then we take actions from there. So please, distinguished colleagues, let's not discuss too much on this. You have something to add? You have something to add?
Okay. So other senators, as I said earlier, also spoke extensively about this. I think this now waiting some people get to talk to you.
Botswana have closed their border with South Africa and have also cut electricity supply within the region where they connect to South Africa. Zimbabwe have closed their border with South Africa because of this embarrassing xenophobic attack that is targeted at blacks in South Africa. Mr. President, but if you look at this motion is not only about South Africa. This motion also included Ghana and other countries that have started treating Nigeria as if Nigeria is no longer the giant of Africa that we used to be. Mr. President, Nigeria, we have paid our dues in the African continent. There is hardly any country in Africa that will have problems that Nigeria will not go to assist them. I know how much money, energy and resources we spent to restore South Africa from the apartheid regime. I also recall the issue of ECOMOG just a few years ago in Liberia and even in Ghana here. So we must take decisive action on a matter of this nature. So it is not something that we are going to treat with levity. Nigerians must hear our voice. They must know that the People's Parliament is angry about what is happening to our nationals in South Africa and in other countries. Mr. President, I want to conclude by saying that it is better to allow this motion. First of all, we condemn the action. We condemn it in its entirety. We also appreciate the fact that our Minister of Foreign Affairs has stepped in. We will encourage them to continue diplomatic talks with South Africa, because that's what they're doing right now. Then why the Senate, as a committee, as a parliament, we mandate 2 or 3 committees to quickly look at this.
Okay, so meanwhile, talking about South Africans, they still don't intensify efforts, even though say their president talks, say no, they know that he made a statement. Just you see the reason why it's important for people to speak. Ghana don't they talk since. Nigeria just talked yesterday. Just small will talk for Senate. South African president today don't come react. Talk say no, they know they against anybody, they know they against immigrant. Meanwhile, the people still continue. See So we hear say shops of almost all foreigners they're under lock and key right now, because if you even fear not even let people make them for feel open their shop, because they feel lynch you, they feel loot the shop, they feel scatter your things. So Nigerians self even today enter inside South Africa, MTN go the protest. Actually, they need to protest because of say MTN and South Africa get them more. They protest because of the data charges. Say, look, you practically rip Nigerians off through data. Waiting they happen. I bet Mokona can explain to us how they use charges on a charge when they charge for data. We can be like someone they carry straw, they drink the data. Waiting happen, but MTN don't answer. However, people like Shawari ABC they lead the protest. Talk. So you know what? This one I just want more. So then we'll come back for more of this kind of protests. Continue across the country. Anyway, taking you back to the National Assembly.
Notice of defection. Senate Presidents, I write to formally notify you of my resignation from the African Democratic Congress, ADC, and my intention to defect to the Nigerian Democratic Congress, NDCs, and the ongoing the party, the ADC, which unfortunately affected the cohesion and stability of the party. Please accept, Your Excellency, the assurances of my esteemed regards. Yours faithfully, Senator Dr. Tony Weye. Tony Weye, for the record. Businesses. Any petition?
Okay, so that's it. All right. And still talking about some things that happened for inside Nigeria and the defection to ADC here. Now waiting to be see the NDC leader, Ogasirake Dixon, get to talk today.
We have just ratified a very important resolution, which is affirmative action for our women. And all the chairmen and leaders have been mandated to go home and harmonize the structures so as to reflect women involvement and participation. We have also directed them to make provision to involve and include the youth of Nigeria. You have competent youths all over Nigeria. This is their party. They will include them. We have also directed them to involve other vulnerable people, people with disabilities and so on. So that is the nature of the party, and we have started off in a very wonderful way. Again, I thank all Nigerians for their confidence. And in the next coming days and weeks, we want to call on all of you who have not registered to do so. State chairman will be ramping up registration, and you'll be hearing more from the NDC. We call on all those who are stranded in the other parties, loyal members of PDP, who don't want to be in a party that is a clone of the APC, to come to this platform. This is their platform. Those who are aggrieved and dissatisfied and sidelined from the APC itself, which is now about to collapse under its own weight of its own creation, out of greed. Those who cannot find space because the APC is now too top-heavy. Come here, this is your platform. For those who are in the Labour Party that don't know who is national chairman, this is your party. For those in the ADC who don't know whether it is a coalition or a coalition, this is your party. This is your party. And you don't know what may happen to the ADC. You are confused. You are thinking, this is your party. There's no uncertainty about the NDC and what we want to do for the Nigerian people. Thank you very much, and we wish Nigeria.
NDC.
Now, wow. So that now is in the leader of the party. Doc, Nigerians phone lines are open. Please, let's begin to take your thoughts and reactions. 0817-029-4077. That's the number to call. 0817-029-4077. Or you click on the link for inside the pinned post. It will bring you straight into the studio to join the conversation. That link, it is for the pinned post. It will bring you, come enter the studio. May you for free join us for inside the conversation tonight. MC, good evening and welcome. Good evening, MC, and welcome.
Good evening, Precious.
Yes, you're
Good
welcome.
evening, Precious.
All right. So
Yeah.
you've seen all the attack on you people supporters. I be your supporter, P2B. What do you make of waiting Kenneth Okonkwo talk, waiting Dele Momodu talk, Dino Melaye, all of them? What do you make of all of those reactions?
These days, I'm just being careful with my words because I don't want to begin because they say some kind words about it. We know already that those people are, these are people that they have no value. They don't get value to add. Those people are part of the problem. When you look at every one of them, all of them, like I say, they get question mark. All of them get debt for their body. So those people, you don't need to even count their word to be anything. Because they cry now, say, money where they supposed get. If they say Peter Obi spoil market from them. Money where they supposed get from the Atiku. Atiku now they print money from Atiku. So now because of money that they sing Atiku praise, they're not getting it. They are just for their own stomach, as in stomach infrastructure, as in praise singer. So those people don't get anything to add during the progress of that country. The Dilo Melaye what they talk about, he has a question mark. Not the Senate when he go, I think not being in the crowd. He say he head don't break when they want arrest him. He the form say he not they okay again. Say he don't do this. So when you look this kind of characters, that's why I was even asking what you be they do with these people. Because those people don't go, they never change. They remain who they are. Now the Kenneth who they talk about, that one, why Kenneth the attack will be now because of money now, or maybe Obi not give her anything. So Atiku now is ready to pay him. So that's why they say no. Atiku. They no say because those people they are not speaking for Nigerians. They are speaking for their own stomach infrastructure, their own belly. Now they cry for nothing more, nothing less. So they don't need to count those people to be anything. If they even pursue those people go, if Obi no even need those people, maybe they not get what they will even do for Obi. They not get anything they want render. So they don't need to worry about those people pressures. They count those people want to be anything.
All right, T.Y. Danjuma, good evening and welcome. Welcome.
Good evening, Precious. How are you?
Well, I'm still there. I did.
Yeah. Greetings, MC, and greetings.
You're not going to give me lights. So in case when they talk, then take my lights. Not gonna just pack up.
Good evening, T.Y. Danjuma. You're welcome.
Not gonna pack up. Go ahead.
That's why we're here now. Look, they talk to Nigerians. Maybe they see what they happen. Those they say this place, Nigeria is very good. Maybe they say they affect all of us. Precious, I just wonder why almost everybody for ADC from top to bottom.
You don't see the attack. Everybody, what's going on?
Babachalawa, Bolaji, Dele Momodu, Dilo Melaye.
Would have been a bit more diplomatic. Well,
living in bondage. Bonnie,
so APC now, calm down, APC guy.
That tells you.
No. By your
so now both APC and ADC, now the attack.
Including blackmailer in chief.
The major opposition now be NDC. The rest people now.
That tells you that Obi is the opposition. Obi
All of them.
Nigerians is the opposition.
All of them, one man, now they attack. All of
That's
them.
it.
Now they attack.
Because Obi is not like them. Obi not going to share money for them. He not going to share money for them. That's it.
That money will be problem. You go hard.
That's the problem.
They're not attack. They no attack Kwankwaso. They no attack nearly 20 legislators we don't port from their parties from ADC to NDP. They attack them. Those ones are not human beings. Now only one man will get one vote. Neither they attack. So if you look at it, you see, I think the thing is, you look at social media, is agog.
Yes, sir.
With yes, they are talking about one. If you look at bloggers are making getting high numbers in viewership, and that's a lot of money. So this thing a blessing to Nigerians. You see online TV stations and even some papers newspapers where they go underground. Now they are cashing out and making money because it's all over.
Let's speak to the core of let's speak to the core of the matter. There was something Afam Ogene said, or Ogene in talk, say why people need to ask why Atiku. Say people like Okonkwo the Yabam say why still stay back to fight for the ticket, you want free ticket and all that. Why Afam talk say why Atiku no stay back to fight for PDP? Why in leave PDP? What do you think about that?
Now the same question: why living in bondage no stay? He has moved from APC to I think PDP to LP, to LP, from LP now to ADC. Why you not stay to fight? Because you have to remove the log that is in your own eye before you go see clearly the speck that is somebody's eyes. You master own innocent. That one has been there since. If you do something, you see, if not school, they go down withdraw Atiku. Because if you started failing since 1992 up to now, how many years since 1992? Person they born in 1993. How many years did they now? You have been failing and failing and failing and failing and failing and failing. You're a veteran failure now. On a veteran now, you don't be for failure. So it's because of the way the country is. That's why if you are doing the same thing, the same formula, change. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be personal. You haven't changed. It's the same strategy. You are doing the same thing. When you fail, you run, go hide in somewhere, go hibernate somewhere. When this is not the cup, you run back. The same pattern. You bring out the money. They steal. If that kind of person becomes president, all the money we don't spend since 1992, Nigeria must vomit them. Nigeria must vomit them. So you can't be doing the same thing. That's why you see this ethnic thing and religious sentiments, is dangerous. Because if you sit down, what is his program? Have you heard him sit down to say, these are my programs, to speak to the issues and say, this is what I will do if I become president. This A, B, C, D, this is what I will do. I've never heard that. I've never heard him say that. If you don't hear me, tell me. So what does it stand for? So and I don't blame him, because that is the kind of thing that we see in the country. You are attacking someone who is not in a party, using his private resources to run around, to do interventions, to speak at the threat, all the threat to his life. He's speaking, and you are attacking the man. There must be something in this man where the attack will come out third. There must be something in him. You see, I listened to Living in Bondage. I listened to Babacha Lawal when both of them were talking about how they tried to appease Obi. Babacha Lawal said yesterday in the video that you played that Obi is shifting. Okay? Obi has received bashing left and right, from all these people. Oh, he's selfish. Oh, he's not a committed patriot. Oh, he's this one. Okay, he is. We agree. Babacha Lawal said that when they noticed that Obi is not, is one leg in here, one leg out here. They offered him to bring someone, to give them someone who will occupy one of the strategic positions in ADC, maybe to assure him that they are serious. Living in bondage come today. Say it was Obi that requested. You see the difference. He said no, Obi na request. The other man say they offered Obi. So you can see the contradiction in what they're saying.
So
one person is lying.
Okay, so talking about this whole issue now. Remember, say Chibuike Rotimi Amechi, now be one of the first persons we come out come talk say if Ibi say they must defeat Tinubu for 2027, say now a southern ticket now go solve the problem. He said that. That was last year. That was when he said that at the early stage.
Yes, he said it, yes.
I still have that video, but I can't play some of those old videos. YouTube, they did funny now. I play old video now, they couldn't begin worry my life. They say they misinform people by playing old video. But meanwhile, these videos, you play them to make reference, right? So he said that, when I was supposed to play a particular video too, but I can't even play it because we all know those conversations. Because if I play them now, YouTube go worry me. So as I was saying, Amechi stated that. I remember that I asked Bolaji Abdullahi that question about that video that day he came here too. Why was it not a big deal for them that Amechi was demanding a southern ticket? Why is it a problem for P2B to demand, if P2B actually demanded for a southern ticket? Because going by what Oga Ndukwe say yesterday, Honorable Ndukwe say yesterday, he said that Obi never said he wouldn't contest for primaries. Rather, Obi said that Atiku should step down, or the primaries should be between southern candidates alone, and he's willing to contest. But then they talk say he no even won't contest for primaries alone. Again, there was also statements, I think the same Amechi too had insinuated that P2B does not want primaries. He has insinuated that too, I think once or so, that P2B does not want primaries. So how is it that Amechi is in support of the ticket going to the south, and he says P2B does not want primaries, and P2B is saying that, or his team is saying that they were asking for an all southern candidate primaries? And then why is Amechi still in the party till now? If you know, say, waiting making southern brother vex go now because of, say, that thing when they demand for a southern candidacy, they no grade one. Reason I'm asking is that I did hear from the grapevine that there is a fresh wahala now in the ADC, that Amechi has now reinvigorated his request for southern candidacy. And Atiku people say no, they must go to primaries. And Amechi, they threaten, say, if they do primaries and Atiku win, Amechi and the people say they will come out for the party. I don't know how true or not that is. I think it's a rumor. But what's in all these things that mean?
There are so many things. That's why I was saying there are so many things that are coming out, and it's because ADC has not been transparent. Every other party that is worth anything definitely have stated where their presidential candidate will come from. APC has done their own. PDP has been said, what their preference will be. PRP has said what their preference will be. Even SDP, their preference will be. So, and unless it's a party that is not looking back to history, if they make it, this is one critical issue that people have been saying, you people address. They don't have time. And I'm sorry for Amechi, because if he's still waiting and waiting, they might just end up not getting a presidential ticket. I think what he will get, he will be like a renegade, like Okowa, who after they have held a meeting, was the host of a meeting where it was decided that the demand of the South is that 2023 would go to the South, and they would not support any other candidate outside the South. It was Okowa who went against that decision. The person where they host the meeting for him state, where they there, they agree with them. Just like, in fact, they should change his name now to Nafiu Bala Gombe. So he went behind them and decided to take play the second fiddle. And the two way happened to run. You know, they disgrace him, you know, even fit win in state. Not to talk of his local government. So, but let us put that one aside. Amechi, maybe, I don't know, I don't know whether is smart enough to have a plan B. But if he is waiting, because to me, ADC is probably trying to drag this thing so close to the closing to the point where once they don't do everything where they do, you don't get opportunity to move. And if you move, you can't get that position again because all the distance would have been closed. If Amechi is desirous of running, PRP is there, the other parties where he can go. But you know, because the way it is now, from what I see, there is not there's not going to be zoning. It's been made clear. You've heard some of the top members of ADC say there's no zoning. It's going to be thrown open. If there's going to be zoning, Atiku will not be doing all these ones where they do. And all this grandstanding where would they see and people speaking, they won't be speaking it. What do you think? Why do you think Kenneth Okonkwo is speaking? If this guy is not going to run, why do you think he's there making all this talking all these things where they talk? So I think it's unfortunate that the party, but let the party come out and now say we're not zoning. They won't do it. So it's a ploy. So you come out to say no, we are not zoning. So people who want to go can go. So that's the ploy. They know that if any pronouncement they make, head or tail, they will lose. If they say there's zoning, then some people go stay. Some others go take off. If they say there's no zoning, say is open, that is they're taking the same pattern as PDP do in 2023, then of course you know that a southern candidate will win. A southern candidate will win. So I think it's a ploy. It's a ploy. Now that said, I think Obi took them by storm because I was reading something by Tunde Elot. I think I sent it to you, but it's on Facebook. Maybe you won't be able to open it. And he was detailing when this whole plan started with NDC. And that Obi was part of it. But because NDC, they looked at NDC as being inconsequential and so on and so forth, and they were fixated on what's happening on ADC and PDP. So they neglected, they didn't know that there was quiet discussion going on. Obi had gone to see Siraki Dixon, he had gone to see Jonathan, he had been making consultations. Siraki Dixon had gone to see Kwankwaso, but they didn't sense that there was something going on. So they didn't imagine that this thing was going to happen. So it took them by storm, and by the time they knew, it's late. That's why they're so angry. That's why they're cursing.
No. They're not angry because of that. They're angry because they thought they actually got him where they wanted him.
That's what I'm telling you now. Now that's what I tell you now.
By the time this week ends,
we are saying this.
So because of saying get the mind to even take action faster than they imagine, it's in Nadia 90. It's
there is strategy. That's why, because they think say the man no get sense. You know, the man know who they sleep, who they sleep get plan. You know, so they were planning their own. The man, because he kept on saying, I will be on the platform. Nobody sit down to say how. They were saying, we have finished him. We have finished him. During this thing, say, we have got him. You know, we have gotten them. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah, the truth of the matter is here. Atiku thought he was smart. Atiku, like I said last time, he went to use Obi's glory to get to that seat. He felt he can use Obi, and he can use Obi, use the rest to get to that seat. Unfortunately, Obi has smarted all of them. So for me, Amechi, if Amechi know what is good for him, Amechi should redeem himself with ASAP, redeem himself by queue behind Obi, by stepping down and support Obi straight away without no question asked. Because Amechi is part of this problem. Amechi greed don't overpass him. Now that same greed, now he still worry him when they get problem with Jonathan. Now that same greed, if you watch him now, that same greed, he carry enter. Now he still gets now with this ADC. It's like if you people know that yes, you want to serve Nigeria, you guys are aware that Nigeria is in a bad shape. This Obi is the only person that have come out, tell and say, see the plans we get for Nigeria. See how we'll redeem this country. Because if we continue like this country go finish. It's like there will be no Nigeria the way the country they go. So I see no reason, as in common sense should tell them that let me sit down because of this whole thing and let me keep my ambition. Let me work with these guys. But no. So Atiku on his own, Atiku would already make up in mind. ADC is for Atiku. Maybe after when the pressure don't much on her, maybe he doesn't say he not go make headway. If he later step down, but as everything be now, ADC was bid for Atiku. So the feel like they will use Obi to clinch the ticket. But unfortunately, Obi smart follow them. And one thing I can't even still understand that. Why did they drag Obi can't join them that time? Obi just make they not feel say, may they not come begin to say Obi no one join. Obi na this, Obi na that. That is why Obi just offer just okay. Make I follow them, make I go see if these people go change. Unfortunately, they disgrace themselves.
I don't even think say Obi enter ADC with assurance say he go get that this thing. I just think that
he not go get that. He knew that he would get it.
I just think that it's like the case of Moses finding himself in Pharaoh's palace.
Yeah, it's just something like 50-50. He said it's like he gave them 50-50. Let me just let me just go there and see. Let me just see what they would do. And why he was doing that, he was making plan B. So everything was emotional. So he know what he was doing. You see, let me ask something quickly again. That's why I tell you what I will say when I look at this whole thing to just crown this whole thing, yeah. If you guys remember the story between David and Saul, if you don't remember that story, God already ordained David say, David, you will be the next leader. But you see what this Saul can they do? Saul can they by fire by force. He must remain that king. The team must remain for a family line. Now, what thing I see with Nigeria now?
And the other question,
see this old. Go ahead.
Precious. The question where I want to ask you, be say,
why not me you ask question?
No, now you go no now. Why should anybody be drinking Panadol for someone's own headache? Why? A man say, if I dey chase a woman, the woman say, okay, I don't want you again. I don't say be better person. I don't want you again. I won't come out. You say no, you must marry me. Now, is that how it works? Why are people dying? Why are they wasting their head? The one way Wike describes, say he came to his house and the way he was eating food just fall out from his mouth anyhow. Why? What is his business? Why are they worried about someone who don't work come out? What's your problem? What they worry them?
That what they call stalking. So you see,
what's your problem?
That's it. That then they suppose that's Sabbath bully where they say they create. Now then they supposed use that Sabbath bully or stalking against now. Now these people they supposed
the man don't work go. They don't work go in your own. You don't go far. You are there crying over spilled milk. Instead of you to face your problem within your house, you have problem go inside your house. You know solve them. You are looking at the man where don't leave you go wakafa. Where's the sense in that?
That's to tell you that these people have got nothing to offer to Nigerians. Even the article in question, they've got nothing to offer to Nigerians. If you look at every one of them, which one of them that don't come out, can't put plans for grants, say, this is not the plans we get for Nigeria. This is not what I want to do. This is not how I want to reshape Nigerians' future. This is not the things when I go do. None of them.
None of them.
Now, Obi don't come out, put everything for granted, say, this is my plan. These are the things I get to do for Nigerians. But the others, they're not gonna. That's to tell you that they've got nothing to offer to Nigerians. They are just there to go and loot and plunge the country
That
into
is
hell.
not true. That is not true.
Which
No,
one is
now
not
you know
true? We
they
are
talk
seeing it.
capital like
Everything is
that.
in our
Oh,
front
you're
now.
not vex. Allow me make a take off first. I'm not going to just make carpet statements now.
There's no
Make I
carpet
say something.
statements. Everything
Wait,
in our front.
make I say something before I forget. Before you take the call, I beg, no vex. I was watching the people where David Mark called an emergency meeting of some stakeholders in the party, and over this whole thing, because
You
if
not
you
see the
say
way the
no,
place. You not see the way the place be. You not see
if
the
you
way
say
it be
no,
like.
they're
It be like.
important. Wait,
Not life for that place.
if you say no, they're important, why are you calling an urgent meeting? That's one. Two, I was trying to see their faces. Some put hand for yellow CC, put hand for Joe.
It be like say rock
Eh?
jam them. Let's say
What thing
killer
they cut
jam
down?
them.
So some of them they look down. They look. You see
Any
the
idea of the
somber. This thing.
outcome of that meeting anyway?
They're not gonna tell you now.
No, they're not
So
gonna tell you.
if you see if you see the way that they look there, it be like person where they say, oh, something bad don't happen to us. So make them they there. Now them.
Now waiting there.
Take your
So
call, Joe.
neither
Take your
they read.
call.
Neither they read. So
All right.
you see
Hello,
what
good
they
evening
so.
and welcome.
Neither they read.
Good evening. Can I contribute now?
You can. Go ahead, please. Hans, right?
Good evening, all.
Yes.
On the Senate, relating to the South African problem that they should suspend the MTN and what else, and DSTV, if I'm not mistaken. That shows how our Senate, people representing us, how do I put it, less educated on how to approach diplomatic issues. Suspending or revoking the DSTV or MTN license, it will affect Nigerians, because do you know how many people that are working, Nigerians that are working with DSTV and MTN? So it doesn't make any sense. In fact, it affects us. There are so many other approaches, like sending back some of their diplomats. There are so many ways to approach it, rather than taking an approach that will affect the Nigerian people. Because we're already crying on so many companies that has left Nigeria. I want to send away the MTN, which is one big company in Nigeria, and DSTV, that they pay tax and they employ many Nigerians. So I think the Senate to restrain from that route. And people complaining about P2B moving from one party to other, like Dino Melai. Most of these things are good, so that we see how these people cannot be trusted. P2B was once a nice person, once a wonderful person. Today, because he's leaving ADC, he's now evil. He's now a bad person. So we should start seeing how our politicians, how sincere and they are. So these people are people you can't trust. So P2B has been one person that has stood his ground and said the way it is. And let me add something, Madam Precious. There is a blogger that showed that police officer that shot that guy in Delta State, that they are transferring him to Imo. Did you hear that?
I hear him. I hear him like that.
You go ahead for your program now, so that people will know.
I go confirm before.
People go know, because it's not done like that. So make you go, they kill more people, they buy more people for Imo. More people, because definitely in a special order 9, the governor don't do like this.
They said they suspended him from suspension.
That is it. They didn't suspend him. They just play pranks with Nigerians. And what I'm seeing is the governor of Imo State is placing a special order, because say they have this there's this place they call that is a police outlet that the people have been complaining that when people go there they don't come out alive. I can't remember the name. So whether on a special order 9, the governor of Imo State don't place, make them bring somebody where they're very ardent for them. Because why Imo? Why they don't send them go Kano or send them go Sokoto? Make you go work for that side, because there he cannot just shoot somebody and go scot free. As when that guy did that very thing he did to that innocent boy in the north, they would have for lynch him. Do you know that? The northerners for lynch him. Not only for easy, if you do that kind of thing, people go stand there, look. So why sending him to Imo? Please, they should send him to the north. Even if they are going to pay their price, they should send him to the north so that he will do a better job. Yeah, they have more people there to take care of. That is my contribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Blunt. Thank you.
First of all, what I heard is that the IGP did a mass transfer of police officers, senior police officers in Delta State. I don't know if it that affected the guy.
I heard that, but there is a blogger that, like you said, but you know me that when I see things like that, except I'm able to verify, I don't carry it. So
let me respond to quickly on the South Africa as which you talked about. You see, on that on the Senate side of it or something, you see, I think it was Adamu Shomole that raised that motion in the House. So this is the reason why I said people that will be going to that Senate that will be representing Nigerians, those people they need to do screening, and they need to go for more training. You cannot say MTN, DSTV. Those are businesses that Nigerians benefit from. Those are, despite the fact that it was someone from South Africa that came to set up those businesses in Nigeria. Those businesses are Nigeria businesses because they pay tax in Nigeria. So they are more like for Nigerians. So that phobic attack has got nothing to do with the businesses in Nigeria. So if you have any issue with, if there's issue in South Africa or wherever, there are other ways which you can hold the South African government responsible for them to sort out that issue in South Africa. So not by coming down here to say they should come and revoke, by saying they should revoke the license. I was happy for the way the Senate President rejected that motion or wherever, rejected it straight away. Because it's not, that's not the right way to go. So that's that. You can see other neighboring countries now, the actions the other neighboring countries have taken, most of them blocking their borders, not allowing the South Africans to come into their country or go out of the country. But about 3 countries, which I think Mozambique is one of them as well, who blocked that area as well. So there are different ways of dealing with those issues or whatever. So that's for that. So let me give way to Tewa Danjuma.
Precious, my view is slightly different. You know, when this thing started brewing, the Nigerian government was there. They don't say anything. You see, we don't have an ambassador in South Africa that is heading the embassy. What we have is probably Shaya D'Affair or you know, some subordinate person. There's no substantive ambassador. So, and then of course, you know, the state of our embassies, not well funded and so on and so forth. But apart from that, any country we love its citizens, the moment, if you look at some of the countries that have responded, the moment you begin to hear this type of a thing, immediately you respond. And your first thing would be to summon, in this case, the South African ambassador or whoever is the charge of the affair in Nigeria, to say what is happening. And you give them, you give him, you know, time with which to respond, and then you come charging. You can't be letting these things happen all over the place. Happen in Mozambique, happen in Ghana, happen in South Africa, happen in Libya, happen in Kenya, happen. You know, Nigerians are just being bossed around, and you know, anybody, even countries where they treat Nigerians anyhow. The Malaysia in whatever, you won't intervene, and then you call Air Peace to come and help you. I hear now that Nigerian government is saying if you want to come back, you have to pay. Because Air Peace has refused. I can't be doing this thing for you every time. When it comes to come and help, I help. I spend my money, I spend my this thing. You know, you don't compensate me. You badmouth me and you put boogie traps for me. But when it comes to rescuing, you don't have an airline, national carrier. Where go they do these things for you? Now what's the meaning of that? Your people are in distress. People will not get money. Their business is burnt. Where are they going to get money to pay for the airfare? And you say you're a government. Now everything person going to talk. There's no government. And now you are responding where they don't begin keep people. That's when some countries don't go far. Since you say you are sitting, you want to give them the sound warning, you want to that around nonsense.
All right, T.Y. Danjuba, I have someone on the call. We're coming back. Well, okay. I was going to say a lot of things because I feel the Nigerian government was silent for a long time before they begin to talk about this South African issue.
You're 100% correct.
Let me take our caller. Good evening, sir, and welcome. Hello. I can't hear you. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening. My name is Simon. I'm calling from Bristol.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Simon. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. So I was just listening to what you guys were discussing about the defection. This whole thing is nothing new. So nobody is going to make anybody feel stupid because somebody defects. You know, it's this condition of Nigeria. It's the way Nigeria is driven presently. So we have to drive with the way it's going. So if we don't have a government who wants to form one-party system, a government who wants to destroy other party and put themselves above all, this will not happen. But because the government is manipulating the whole system, the institutions are having hands in everything in Nigeria. So it's hard, it's difficult. So you can see the defection since Tinubu came to power. How much defection do you have? Compare that to 8 years of Buhari being in power. It tells you something. However, you will find out that a lot of people staying in APC, it is not that they are happy staying there, but it is because they have eaten something and they can't cough it out. If anyone move away, they will have problems with Tinubu, and that's why they're not defecting. Many of them who have gods will defect. You saw what happened to Bala Mohammed. You have to be cajoled to join the APC. But luckily, he decided to stay long, and that's his own grace, why he's not there. So, coming to Peter Obi was doing very well in Labour Party. We all know that. He will have used Labour Party. He struggled so hard to see that Labour Party was being to be spherical because the party is well known. But again, Tinubu is bent at using Aburi and his stooge to destroy the party. Where is Abure today? All those spots in the cases, where are they today? The day Peter Obi left the party, INEC, all the institution, they washed their hands away. And he's moved. And I think that, for me, I think Peter Obi was very smart because I was a bit unhappy with him moving to ADC. And I did mention that his struggle will be Atiku. And I didn't know why he has to move to ADC with someone like Atiku. Because Atiku is someone who is very stubborn. He's not just stubborn. Atiku is very arrogant. He's not just arrogant. He is also very corrupt. He is more like Tinubu, who have been fighting to actually be president. Desperately to be president. And this is the sign Nigerians should be looking. Anybody who's desperate to be president or desperate to have a position, they should please run away from them. Because those are the people that will come and stay and they will never leave. They will put their children there and they will continue to become, what do you call those people? Is it godfather? That's what they will end up to be. So now, I was surprised because Obi actually surprised me. You see, while Obi was in the ADC, doing all those gallivanting, visiting, bringing all this, everybody in, bringing Kwakwasu in, he was behind planning with NDC.
Yeah. So you think he's been planning his exit all along?
Yeah, he has been working. That is a thought he has been working on. You see, I think the advice that he had was El-Rufai. You know, El-Rufai is very smart. El-Rufai knows Tinubu very well because they planned how he got into power. And he knows that Tinubu is a chameleon. Anywhere you do, he will get you. And I think he must have advised Peter Obi, look, you need to get a neutral party, which you end up being the last card. You know, when you have a joker. So he must have told him. And let me tell you something. Remember the time Peter Obi went to Kanu to see Kwakwaso when he was defecting to ADC. Remember, Makinde was there. Dixon was there. And they were discussing discussing. They were discussing with Kwakwanso. I think they've already told him that, look, this is a temporary vehicle. So they are placing a dummy for Tinubu because they know Tinubu will destroy ADC. While they are preparing either PRP or NDC. So those were the two vehicles we were keeping aside. But what scattered PRP was when Darcy moved in there. So they always say, oh, this man moved in there. And this is also a calculation, to take the attention away from the main thing. And when this happened, it breaks all of them. You can imagine that the last 1 week after Peter Obi defeated, APC was completely quiet. The presidency were quiet, apart from using all those their staunch, narrative, which didn't really make sense. Because you listen to what they were saying, it didn't make sense, So at the end of the day, he was very smart. But again, Tinubu will not stop. He's a desperate guy who wants to put a spoiler. And I think the only way for Nigeria now, as I always say each time I call into this program and any other program, is that Nigeria should take their destiny on their hands. They should not leave all this manipulation, all this gaslighting, and all this somersaulting for the politicians. They should take their country on their hands. Bangladesh, they had a president, a female president, who was a very strong leader. She was even strong and wicked than Tinubu. And she ruled with strong hands. What happened to her? When the people say enough is enough, it was one small thing that started the protest. What happened to her? She fled. She fled the country.
All right. Thank you.
And today now, you heard what happened in Bangladesh. They just imported so many fleets of airline for their national carrier. So what we're trying to say is Nigeria has huge amount of resources, but these people are just wasting it. And one thing I want people to know why Nigeria should wake up, and this is the last point I'm just going to say, is the fact that Tinubu and his group, Abiu, and all those groups who are desperately working together, they will never relinquish power. Never. Over their dead body. They would rather die there than to leave power. Now, the reason why they will not do it is because they have put their hands in so many amount of money that have been stolen from Nigeria. The day they give power, I'm telling you, they will end up in prison for the rest of their life. They will not only end up in prison, everything they have will not even pay. Because our money is being sent to all these Canary Islands, all these different countries. They are just being, you see this Chagoris that you see is coming to take all these contracts. Yeah, it's just a vehicle to steal money away from Nigeria. Because it's democracy. The man during Abacha time, they were actually going to the central bank and take the money, give to him to capital. This time around, they are using all these useless contracts to fool Nigerians, and it's just overinflated, overbloated contracts, stealing the money. The day that stops, that's when you will see that our hospitals, our system will begin to work, and that's when Nigeria will breathe. As it is today, just to round up, finally, is that Nigerian people should take this battle in their hand. They should not leave it on Peter Obi or leave it on. They should take the battle on their hand. When you say more people must go, all of us must all come out. We must not stop. We must not say we want to go home. We must stay there when it's raining. We must stay until whatever is his name, he leaves that place. If we want to go to the House of Assembly, we must all march there because there are few people. 10 million Nigerians should march today. I'm telling you, this government, they will not sleep. They will run. But we cannot continue to say, it's only second time now. It's the second time now. The third time will come. They will put their wife, they will put their children, and Nigeria will be the one to suffer it. That's my take.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Precious, I beg, make I reply. There's somebody called Yomites who said that I should speak to Nigerians getting themselves involved in illegal activities, selling white substance in another man's land. Nigerians should respect the law of the land where they ply their business. Yes, that's correct. I agree. But you see, there's an adage that says that you first chase away the hawk from the chick before you warn the chick of the dangers of wandering in the forest, aimlessly in the forest. If an American is held anywhere in the in the world, the government would know, and the government will do anything that it can to bring that person home, irrespective of what he has done. They will do everything. That's what I expect in Nigeria. That's not justifying crime, but your country must stand for you. It's like saying someone has a child who is in trouble and is arrested, he did something wrong, and then he's facing the law, and you say, no, that's his business. Let him go and face the music. You do everything that you can because it remains your child. If you have to get a lawyer, you get a lawyer to defend him and so on. Then the intention is to get him there, and then you can deal with him. So I think when people begin to say that it's not only Nigerians that do evil things, there are also Nigerians who are doing good. What has the government done? The people that they kill in South Africa is the present case. People who are doing their legal business, they are there, they are not doing illegal, and they are being killed. What has your government done? Are you going to say because the people are doing illegal business, therefore they should kill them? Is that how government is run? So, I'm addressing you. Okay, if you have a child and your child does something wrong and they hold him, the law holds him, you can leave your child there and say, let him die there because he did an evil thing. I mean, come on. Reason well now. Thank you.
The flagship, good evening and welcome. Okay, while you're trying to turn on your mic to respond, thank you. Just give me a second while you're trying to do that. Let me talk to someone. Hello, good evening and welcome. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir?
Salute you.
Yes, you're welcome, sir. Go ahead, please.
Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, what I'm saying is if we can't expect much from this government.
Why?
Because, like, Nigerians being killed abroad.
I think you're trying to listen to yourself on your device and on the phone at the same time. Please turn off the device.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hello?
All right, sir. Please, if you can hear me, turn off your device. The flagship, sir, please go ahead.
Precious, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome, sir.
It be like say this Nigeria matter don't stress you today. The frown when it day your face, if only
I don't
you see.
so something terrible happened to me because of lights, and I don't even want to talk about that. Lights messed up made me lose over 250,000 naira today. So I do vex well. So I don't even want. In fact, if not be because of one for no come, I just wanted to pack up. I was like, oh, this will be wondering what's wrong with Precious today.
So that's the reason why we must sanction this government. Now we must pursue them. Use brew, use everything. They pursue them fast. You see now.
Precious, you go allow make we compensate you, make we refund the money where you lose, the 250,000. Okay, I go do something. You go here, you go see my hand.
Let's talk in the backyard.
Thank you so much.
Precious, I tell you last week, saying against your will, whether you like it.
Remember, I tell you,
and against your whether you like them or not.
No, Nigeria can be really very annoying, honestly speaking. Nigeria can basic things so basic people they get. In fact, it's even tiring to be talking about it, As I talk to you now, Sef, na inverter, sorry, not be inverter, Nigerian, because I had to turn off my inverter and use gen directly so that the inverter can charge, make I use and sleep. Oh, wow. So in case fuel finish for the gen, you go just off. When an assistant don't go off, make on end. Your mona continue forever because there's nothing I can do. It's just tiring. Please go ahead, my brother.
Good evening, and
my brother Flagship, how you doing?
I did, my brother. Greetings. I go need your number at some point.
Okay, no problem. Tell Precious, he go give you.
And I'll be coordinator now. I don't become the coordinating minister of the economy. What they do, they don't sack him. They want me to sack me like that.
Okay. Well, great take so far. I wanted to
to add to the comment, just to drop before I forget, when TY they talk about the response to whoever the guy be when he say make he talk to Nigerians when they do white whatever abroad, and to respect the nations when they do. To add to TY, the TY gave a good response. And let me add this one to it. You remember Binance and the issue with Binance some years ago?
Yes.
And
Yeah,
the two
yeah.
guys
Never
that
reach
went,
years, though. Never plenty, Nana. Just if you, yeah, go ahead. The Binance
okay,
guy, yeah.
so while you accuse Nigerians of white powder, white substance abroad, these other foreigners are in your country. They are doing a different version of the white powder, where they are robbing you off seriously, massively.
Can I
And you're
blow your
just,
mind? Can I blow your mind, sir? Sorry, not vex. Not the only companies like Binance or cryptocurrency companies, because I'm somebody who plays in the financial international markets, as it were. I understand. You see, most of these brokers who they deal with CFDs and all of those.
right.
And you know, so because Nigerian government need to regulate, they
No, they're
never
not the
they never
regulator.
they license the market because they don't understand it to license it. So all the brokers who they deal with CFDs and all those trading platforms are from other countries, and they just come to they just get local players from Nigeria. These people go come rip Nigerians off their money, go. Nothing they
Like
happen.
that. Nothing they happen.
I mean, I
Because
don't
you
see any 419 that is greater than that 419. It's
because
pure
you now leader na analog. Now they
and they
be.
manipulate the market. They do all sorts of things. Nigerians lose so badly.
Precious flagship. Did you see what America did to Halliburton after the nonsense where they do here?
In
America
Nigeria.
intervened.
Yep.
Yes,
They came
America
in.
intervened, and
And Dick
but
Cheney.
they dealt with Halliburton in their own way.
So
But
just
at
just
least
a
they
li-
intervene and say, "Take it easy, we'll handle it."
just a little bit additional before they go talk. Say I defame them. The reason I mentioned this about Nigerian brokers, I mean trading brokers, now because of say for countries like US where they are UK rather where they are properly regulated. For instance, you don't have rights to trade if you don't have a certain amount of money in your accounts. So they no go fit just tell you, even if only $100, make you just open account. Even if not $200, make you open account. Do you understand? You must have because they know that you need enough equity to withstand the
Volatility of
the
the market.
market. Do you understand the volatility of the market? So because they know that, and again, they also check all of these games where BC brokers they play by manipulating the market, their margins. There are people where you trade where there is no margin at all. Meaning, say the buying and selling price, there's no difference.
No
But all of
difference.
these things, there's nobody to check them at all in Nigeria. And people, it's just free for all. And Nigerians, they lose money so massively. A
But
situation
you
where you say go fit see a difference between buying and selling. Imagine you go get margin of over $2, $3, $4, $20, $30. You could imagine. Well, I
Yep.
beg you, go ahead, my brother. No vex.
But
Thank
you're welcome. One thing make I say not correction, but again I still stand to be corrected.
Okay, sir.
It's not that they cannot be regulated in Nigeria. Our people know about the regulation and all what it takes to do that. But the point is, if you regulate them, the massive amount of money when they make unregulated, they will not be able to make it if they are
At all.
regulated.
At
So
all.
what they do is, and let me use the word, I hate to use them, but let me use them in the case of Nigeria, and I in respect for your platform. Allegedly, that they give cut early to our people when supposed to regulate them. Take this one. And not be small money. So if in a year a company like, and I go enter them, this go lead me into my contribution. If a company like MTN or DSTV, they make, let's say, make it very conservative. Let's say $100 million a year, right? And if they are regulated, if they are regulated, they make 100 million. If they are unregulated, they make up to 500 million a year. That 500 million, they can give two to your officials there or split them among them, 100 million among them, and say, just let us do what we like. We know you know the rules and regulations, but just allow us to do business. I say this because I remember when MTN cell phones started in Nigeria newly. How much now Obasanjo billed them to get license, if you remember?
Hello, guy. Are you there? Sorry.
Yeah, Adeye. You
Go
remember
ahead.
how much Obasanjo charged them to get license to operate in Nigeria at that time?
MTN. Yeah.
Yes. Remember?
Well,
And
go ahead.
I think it was about 500 million, there about 50 million to get operational license in Nigeria. And they say they pay them to them in like 3 days or thereabout. They cash the money, give them. But guess how long it took them to make 10 times that money? 6 months from Nigerians. And people paid. And the service that Nigerians get is so poor. Until today, they're so poor. They experience them. Many other people, they experience them. When people they calling into the show, the one word when you hear, so a network. The network when they provide for South Africa, not be the same that they provide in Nigeria. The same company, and obviously it's not Ghana. Why did they use dinosaur age equipment?
You know, even talk DSTV in call. I mean, multi-choice DSTV. I think
all of them,
even the operations. Nigerians know the acts of pay as you go scenes for a while.
No, even if
different billing system.
Here's an opportunity for Nigerians to check this thing. When these South Africans do this their xenophobia thing, I agree with those when they say make them sanction their businesses in Nigeria or shut them down. You remember when they start this nonsense, when Obasanjo day office, what did he do? When it's make them sit up. And now like this, now the South African government take sit up at that time. They had a plane that flew from South Africa to Nigeria, landed in Lagos. They brought all Nigerians out, asked all the South Africans that were there to remain, sent that plane back to South Africa. If you boycott their businesses in Nigeria, it will send a loud message to them. And if you affect the people when they make this money, whom we think pay taxes in Nigeria, but actually the bulk of the money ends up in South Africa. The money is not being banked in Nigeria, just to let you know. The money when they make. It's not that they banked in Nigeria. And if you and I sit down to do a small calculation of how much these guys they make per day, everybody here go play dada. So if there are people they do us this kind of thing, and I hear people they say, oh well, MTN and DSTV, though they are owned by South African, it's in Nigeria, so they are Nigeria's businesses because they employ Nigeria. So do the businesses of Nigerians in South Africa. Although they are owned and established by Nigerians, they benefit the economy in South Africa. They employ the people of South Africa. So why would they have the guts and the rights to tear down Nigerian businesses and kill Nigerians on top in South Africa? But in Nigeria, we want to use a baby spoon, take feed them, and then let's talk about it. It's not going to work that way. They see us as weak. That's why they do us the way that they do so. Remember during civil rights time, there is this Rosa Parks story. You know about it. What was the thing that the black community did then that sent a loud message that made the whole thing to be overturned quickly back then? The bus system, they boycotted it, and it affected the economy. And they saw how bad it was. And they went to sit down and resolve the matter quick. When black people say they're not going to ride buses anymore. Boycott their businesses. Sanction them. If it means asking them to shut down, Nigerians can do without phone for a day or two. And if you close that place down for a day or two, they know how much they will lose. Now, then I go call their president, say, get on the plane, go to Nigeria and speak with them, or open a line of communication, or talk to your people, and let's fix this problem, because you see this money when they make so, 2 days of time is lost. If they gave us a 2-day warning, imagine what they do in a month. They will crumble the business. How much did they pay Nigerians when they work there, by the way? What kind of service do you get? You dey hear my voice as I dey talk to you, so it's loud, it's clear, it's not interrupted. If you dey interrupted now from your side, that not because the people when they provide services here, they have a standard of the quality and the kind of service they have to provide based on the amount of money when they charge us. You can't come tell us, say, you they charge $50 and you they provide $1 service. It won't work. And that's what is happening in Nigeria. MTN, DSTV, and the likes of them, they give Nigerians dinosaur age service. But they have the technology to give you what will give you unlimited calls, uninterrupted data, access, but they won't give it to you because they are making money from you. They are charging you what you should be paying for fiber optics kind of service at analog service when they're given her. The other guy, the Barris, the other day said he went to Nigeria. You heard his complaint about data service, and it's true. So imagine if you they pay 10,000 naira for data a day, or let's say a month. You, one Nigerian, pays 10,000 naira a month for data. Multiply them by, make we say, 50 million to be on the conservative side. And you tell me how much they make in a day. That you go sit down and they do this nonsense to you, and they say, "Oh well, it benefits us. It will affect Nigerians who are employed here." How many Nigerians are employed there that are being paid well enough that if we take a tough stand against these people to send a strong message to them that they cannot reap us on our land, and at the same time maltreat our people on their own land? It doesn't work that way. So I think that a real course of action for this nonsense is to send a strong message to their government and to their economy. It will ring a loud bell. I watched one of the videos of one of the South African guys that was he went to one of the stores and said, "I don't want you to employ any foreigners, blacks."
Oh no,
anymore.
there is also another video where they were talking to a group of I think Asian and whites,
Yes.
Asian and European guys, and they told them precisely that they don't want them to employ any black, any black non-South African.
Now the same
Nobody.
video now they refer to. But
Yeah.
did you listen to the response of the guy to the question that the Asian woman asked him? That
Yes.
so if you say we shouldn't employ any blacks and our business collapse and fall, so we all should suffer? What did the guy say? He said yes. Now, person when you want use baby spoon on your other end, deal with that. Whatever it is that's wrong with them, and I feel for them. Okay, this is one thing that I find hard to understand, and please everybody forgive me. Apartheid and everything that happened many years ago. I understand that the effects might still be there, but you're in 2026.
Oh please give us a break, I beg. Not talk that kind of thing again, I beg. Not talk that kind of thing.
2026. Come on.
Rwanda own way they here. Why they no go they kill each other continuously now because of the aftermath of the I beg, let's not
Can
be
I
doing
ask-
excuses for bad behavior, I beg. You know, not the
Can
possible.
I ask Flashy a question? Quick question, Flashy. Can I ask a question, please?
Go ahead.
Okay, just a quick one, yeah. You know, you make mention of the MTA, like the service they provide in Nigeria and all that. Do you let's factor in the exchange rates? You understand the exchange rates? Because why I ask this question, yeah, there is one of my SIM card that I use, yeah, in Nigeria SIM card. Even while I'm where I am now, I use sometimes I try to like for easy access when it kind of communicate. So each time I top up that card, top up that card, thousands of nairas. You know, sometimes when I'm trying to make that call direct with it, maybe due to some of the calls I will have to make, I said the money will just disappear once. Do you understand me now? The way the money will just go at once. So that's why I just ask, do you not think that factor in that exchange rates? What do you think of that area as well? Might be the cost of these data, whatever. What do you think?
Here's my answer. Has Nigerian ever complained about not being able to pay for anything you provide for them? Whatever the exchange rate is. Bring it, but let the service be good. That's what we're talking about. Give us whatever it is that makes us experience and have what the rest of the world is having out there. Factor in whatever the exchange rate is, bring it to us. We'll look at it. If it's fair value, we will pay. Nigerians not complain. Say they
Yeah,
can't.
no. And a quick one: not all Nigerians are able, because you should have this in mind that these people might be targeting the lower earners of Nigerians who do not have that much to spend on this data and on this phone as well. There are the low Nigerians. There are people in Nigerians who top up their phone.
MC, I'm sorry to cut you.
Go ahead.
But I don't think that the amount one pays in data has anything to do with the quality of data that they should give to you. You give me data. See, the data where I go pay for, because I get small money, I feel pay small money. If I get money to pay for data for 1 week own, you give me 1 week own. And remember that these data have bandwidths. Do you understand? So depending on, mostly that one, they're applicable for the broadbands, how many Mbps do they pay for and all that you get. But in terms of this normal internet mobile data where you get, they get different pricing. They even get different plans. So I know go fee pay you, for instance. If there one guy will go MTN recently, go me and say, in pay for 100,000 naira worth of data.
I saw that video, 150,000.
6 days is over. What the hell are you doing? And you know the worst part, even when you pay for unlimited, they cap the unlimited. And mostly now these big companies, now they do and pass. As I am right now, I use unlimited. Of course, with this thing I do, I cannot use limited. And I have to have 2, 3 fiber optics. You know what it means to bring fiber optic operators for them to come and install it in your house and all that. These are part of the expenses I made before I started doing this thing. Because I'd handled at the head of the television station before, and I understand the downside of internet network and what if it do for you. Even at that, not only one of those my internet providers, 9 day very optimal. Where be say will get downtime in less than 3-4 hours, they fix it. Apart from that internet provider, if there one way be say in 1 month I had more than 6 days, 7 days downtime, and each of the 6 downtimes, and each of the downtime feel last 3-4 days. So what am I paying for? And then there is no excuses. The bottom line I'm trying to make is that the Nigerian service providers they're not customer centric. They don't care about giving value to the Nigerian audience.
No, Precious.
Finish.
Precious, I don't agree with you, Precious.
I feel that there is a certain relationship or agreement they have with some powers that be, or they don't see our system finish the way it be. And they feel like, say, because of that, they feel do anything and nothing will happen. So there's that kind of
Precious.
They do this so they do with impunity. Just the way our government, they treat us with impunity. They just say they treat us like that and nothing. And truly, nothing will happen. Do you know what? The thing that would happen is that you go to court, they will use money to suppress that case in court. Or secondly, then they will use their hand, call one government official, will go even truncate that's your complaint. So they have seen the Nigerian system finish. Now, what's
Precious, let me respond.
Precious, the MC, I better just give me a minute. Precious, you see, the thing where you talk where I agree with is the regulatory authorities that are not enforcing best practices. Because some of the things where these people they do, multinationals they do for Nigeria, they can't do it elsewhere. Let me give you an example. Today I called T-Mobile. I use one of my phones now, T-Mobile. And I saw, some billing issues with my this thing. So I called them. I said, why did you increase my bill from so to so? And they were giving an explanation. And so I said, okay, disconnect me immediately. They begin beg me. One customer.
Yep.
They begin beg me, say, okay, let me look at it. Let me see what the problem is. Let me see what the issue. That's what they usually say. And they go around and they say, okay, because you're a customer, you have been using our service for almost 3 years. This is what we're going to do. We're going to cut it down. So you're going to pay this. I say, no, I don't accept. I want the line disconnected. They say, okay, just give me, let me speak to my supervisor. Blah, 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 blah. They come back, they give me a further discount, cut the thing down. You can't do it in Nigeria.
So
You are
see
the
what
customer. They go, they brag you. They tell you, say they tell you, they tell even how much you they pay. This. One customer is important.
Yep.
Because they know that if they not take time, they they can be in trouble. Here in Nigeria, everybody does waiting when you like.
it is
Nobody to regulate. They can't
social
enforce anything. Take
regulation.
Nigerians for granted.
TY Danjuma is even worse with the banks. I'm sorry to say. So for a long time, over 10 years, I cut off anything SMS alert from my banking services. I disassociate my phone number I tell them expunge my phone number from my accounts because what made me angry, I lost a phone. I lost one of my phones one of these days. And then my account was accessed through my SIM card. And I got angry. I was like, I give you my account. I put my money in your custody. Why should anybody be able to access my account?
I thought, yes.
You understand? You know the one that got me upset the most? There is another account that is supposed to be an account for the minor. Years later, that was while I was in Wazobia.
Yes, when they're 18, you will take
An
over.
account that is supposed to be a minor that is linked to my BVN.
Yes.
You understand? And I lost another phone again.
Huh.
And this account was accessed. They could not withdraw the money. They were using it to buy recharge card. Before I don't wake up, 60,000, 30,000, 40,000 recharge cards. I was furious. I was miffed. I said, what in the madness is this? And again, I tell them, in fact, that will come make me stop SMS. In fact, remove number for the BVN. I don't want again. It's been going on. The other day, I went to get a dollar card. I have, other dollar card. I went to this particular bank to get, because of that, I make sure say my better dollar account, no day or any account where I won't use for better business, no day with them. I just begin play with them. I started banking with other banks and all that. You know how they get multiple bank accounts in Nigeria. And then I went to this other bank. It's okay, let me just get a dollar card. I may make some trips and I may just need $2 cards in case one fail or one thing or the other. So I said, make I get a dollar card. I went to get a dollar card. Before I don't come back to my house, I begin to receive SMS alerts. There's something what I don't unsubscribe for. Again, I was so mad. I usually don't have time because I work remotely. I did pressed for work all the time. So I know they usually get time to go bank. It took me like a week or two to finally go back to the bank. They begged me and they removed it. Guess how much I was charged for that 2-week space for SMS alerts? Before I even, part of the reason we make me come out the SMS alert, imagine me being charged 1,000 something, 2,000 something for SMS alert. I send money to the whole Nigeria. I be a bank around the whole Nigeria transaction. So it's a big problem. I'm sorry to say, you see, customer service is my forte. I've been person way very big on customer service. And that is an endemic problem in Nigeria. Most companies or service providers for Nigeria pay attention to before sales services. They no care about after sales services. So anything will happen to you after you don't buy their product or anything. Meanwhile, one of the things I teach people when I train them about customer service, I tell them that the best form of marketing for
customer
this
is key.
One-on-one marketing. And
Yes.
within the get one-on-one marketing, impeccable customer service. If you give me good customer service, now me go use my mouth, talk about your company, talk about your product to anybody. And it's easier for you to buy a product because I told you, I'll tell you why this is that thing good though. It's easier for you to buy than when the company tells you that themselves, buy from me. Do you understand? So why is it so hard to give people quality service? Because good after sales services or on sale services go fit make anybody they glued to you. I remember when I bought just one thing I bought from a particular shop, I won't name it, in the UK a long time ago, almost 15 years ago. Till today, I get email from that company. Sometimes random email asking me, how are you doing? We just hello precious, it's been a long time. We just thought to check on you at this time. Do you understand? Tell me why, if I go back to the UK tomorrow, I will not want to patronize that business. Yeah. But these are the things that Nigerian businesses don't even care about. How you feel, what you do. I don't know. So, and again, it's a big problem. You talk about inferior products and our marketing and standards. You want to know what's going on. There are lots of products that are killing Nigerians. Nigerians have cancer issues, damaged liver, damaged this, damaged that, because of the influx of products into our market. As I am, I'm scared of what to eat. I'm scared because there's barely anything you buy to eat that you trust in this country, including to fish. So they use what's in this thing, formalin. They use fish, and it makes its way into our market and people eat it. You don't see the commodity they bring. Oh, you don't see the way they use pack more for inside Nigeria, and we eat these things. What happened to Standard Organization of Nigeria? Do you know the one that hurt me the most was when I realized that if I buy a phone from Nigeria and buy another phone from another country, the same company, the same product, but different standard and quality of phone now they get. The same phone, but different quality now they get. And guess what? Different warranty. But the same products. The warranty I go get if I buy them for Europe or if I buy them for UK, they're different from the warranty I get if I buy them for Nigeria. The way they write the warranty for Nigeria is almost like you don't have a warranty.
Yes, no.
So I'm just, and then we
Precious,
have an organization that
you know,
these things.
I was making a trip.
Another day.
I was flying from Nigeria to the US. It was not a direct flight. If you see, I flew from Nigeria to Abu Dhabi. And if you see the plane where they take carriers from Nigeria to Abu Dhabi, you shake your head. But when I reach Abu Dhabi, the one where they go America, the one where they go JFK,
yes.
Oh my God. I just shake my head. I say, oh, Nigeria is gone. Nigeria is gone.
So
Make I just quickly comment on this thing where flagship talk about South Africa. You know, when Obasanjo was head of state, and Nigeria carried this South African team for head. And when Britain begin do the drag feet over granting, black majority rule, and they do all the shenanigans where they do.
I'm going to try more wrap up with this generator if you off.
Yes. Obasanjo at a point, he nationalized BP. You remember?
Yes.
He nationalized BP. And that one shook Britain. Immediately, they were forced. That's why they're no supporter when they go for UN generals to become this thing.
That's right.
The government knows what they're supposed to do. South Africa is too small for us.
I keep saying that. Are you people sure your P2B can do anything? You have no idea of the endemic corruption in Nigeria. The corruption they smell. It plenty. Almost every aspect, every agency, every parastatal, everything. Not be corruption where Dorakun fight. So they almost take a life with the corruption.
Pressure, Peter Obi will do something.
It is bad. It is really, there is almost no person you want to do business with that will not cheat you in one way or the other. It's going to be really difficult for one man to be able to handle all of that.
It's true. What you're saying is very true.
So on a day waiting in go feed do.
He go feed do up. Now it's just that he need to, when the policies come in, first of all, once he get to that seat now, he himself not the thief. Make I remind you about the former administration. Wait, before this one come in. You see the very first time when they just swear that guy in. What happened? You see, Nigerians, all of them come begin. I remember during that period, I visited Nigeria. But I remember when I come out, I won't board my flight for Murtala Airport there, because I know that. I remember when I came, the way these guys were demanding for money, they were asking for money. It was crazy. But when I came, when I was going back now, flying back, these people, all of them maintain. Nobody disturb anybody for money, because the guy just come in. Everybody were just careful. They don't know what happened. Everybody just maintain. But after some time, when the guy don't stay long, consider madness. When I visit again, consider madness for the airport. So that's for that. If this guy come in now, as far as say he's not corrupt, you go see say everybody will just follow up, because when they know say once they do anything silly, the consequences go follow their action. They go behave themselves.
We really do hope so, because you see,
it will.
For instance, okay, let me just quickly play a video that was making the round earlier today. Somebody who bought fuel.
1 liter.
1,300. That's supposed to be 1 liter, and that's a 4 liter jerry can. So here 1 liter stock.
1 liter.
1,300. Nigeria, 1,300. 1,300.
People are not in
Nigeria,
Nàìjíríà ẹ̀wọ̀ ayé iye kó wá ní tàbí ẹ pé ó máa kún ó tún máa ṣẹlẹ̀.
Ajé.
Nàìjíríà.
How many minutes tẹ́lẹ̀ fẹ́ fi ṣiṣẹ́ báyìí?
Ó lọ fà. Nǹkan ṣe wá.
So this is the same people that will vote for tomorrow again. This is the same way that they win election again. So as they talk, it did very easy. It did very easy for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to win the election. It's not hard to please Nigerians. It's not hard to please Nigerians at all. It's just about just showing small working and Nigerians go blowing trumpets. How can with this level of hardship, anybody go talk, say, I want to make the status quo remain? And understand, say, every government the day at its best in its first tenure. If the first tenure of it be us like this, how second tenure will be us? And the fact that everything will happen, all of these cries and all of these excuses, I don't think there's proper feedback from even the president. Like the president or the presidency, they give them good advice on what I don't President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I don't know people when they tell you what's going to happen for Nigeria. It's hard because if you say they give them proper, go ahead, please. Let me not derail you.
This is a question I've always asked, and which a lot of people ask me here. When I meet my American friends, do we really know who the people that are governing Nigeria are? Are they Nigerians? Are they citizens? Or they just came from somewhere and nobody know where they came from? Their allegiance is not to the nation. They just walk in there, found their way into government, and they pack as much as they want. In fact, over what they want. Because man, when he gets house, not go sit down and see a house they born, when he not go do anything about them. Or see in family inside a house, they suffer. But in they break chicken leg for outside with other people. But you know say they make money. The money when they make, you know they see them inside the house. You don't know where the money they go. But the family know they get any benefit from them. The actions of this government, the people in power now, unfortunately, portrays a picture of people who are not from there and they don't care about the place. The day when they get tired, they jump on the plane and out somewhere they go to. And that place receives them more. They are not uncomfortable in those places. The government in those places, now they say, another president did my country and the country they born. Oh boy, what did you do here? You supposed to your place. Go take care of matters there. They are comfortable. They sit in these places and they have a good time. But their countries that they are supposed to be in charge of is pretty much in chaos. So this thing that we see, it makes me ask this question. Either they are Nigerians and they have gone somewhere else to buy citizenship and they have moved enough assets to that place or money to that place, that if Nigeria decides to tank tomorrow, all they need to do is run through the border if there's no plane into Cameroon, Niger, Benin Republic, and get on a plane and to wherever they are from or they bought a citizenship from. If not, I don't see how their heart not they beat. Or perhaps they tell the president, say, Mr. President, you see that picture when they show those people when they kaput anyhow. So, no, not be Nigeria. Actually, it's in J, but they just made mistake, put Ria for the end. So we are doing well. In fact, Nigeria is like Singapore. So your government is making things very easy for the people. Now the man feels quiet and comfortable. Look at the energy when Senate they ramp up for South Africa. Why didn't we see that for Benue State, Plateau State?
Where the same Senate, where were they all along?
Why didn't they show this?
Where
this
were they
energy?
all along?
Why didn't we hear this voice? Why didn't we hear actions that need to be taken? Why Akpabio don't say, I have gone from here to Borno State and I have gone to see for myself and this is what I'm doing. Today he said, I've taken actions personally with reference to the South African issue. Why is it that they are not vested so much in the people that they are governing at home, but they want to show fine face and do fine boys and girls out there to the rest of the world. Yeah, there's no how when Tinubu go try or Bianca go try to want to move Nigeria out of CTC, a country of particular concern, when they never see the action. You never clean the place up to say, okay, teacher, my desk is clean, oh, mark my name for register from the bad people. That will not happen. So we really need to begin to ask these questions and question these people. Most especially, I mean, we they see some of them for a year, and they're not they like see us. Some of them not they really won't deal with us. If you ask them questions, they avoid Nigerians that confront them. What are you doing here? Why do you have this house here? You're supposed to be in Nigeria. Local government chairman don't pack his wife and children, enter the UK, Dubai or somewhere there. They are not living in Nigeria anymore. So it doesn't really matter to them whatever the situation or the state of the nation is. Their own family and their bellies are well taken care of. So we need to confront them. All this honorable. There's nothing honorable in it. There is one here in my town, from my state. Now I guess in our essay now it be to the government. How would it be? You hear my accent? You know, where you come from? I said, I'll be Nigeria. Okay, one exchange number. Would it be your name? Honorable. I look and say for America, you want me to put honorable for your name for my phone. What do? Make we begin to confront them. And now when we started to confront them, when they start to feel uncomfortable and uneasy, perhaps they will start to have a change of mind. And lastly, you see, you talked about Peter Obi being able to do anything with the level of corruption on ground. Really, Nigeria is so corrupt. I mean, the work to turn Nigeria around as it is there. In fact, to do 1/4 of that turning around, if Peter Obi gets there, or anybody other than Tinubu who gets there.
I have to end the show now. My journey is going on. Please, guys. Okay. Please, guys. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
Appreciate you. Good night.
I'll get it tomorrow.